and a very warm welcome to you wherever you're watching from. This is TECHFILE, another episode of TECHFILE where we talk about all things technology. My name is Brian Ochieng and I have a lot lined up for you. Tonight, we are talking about children and tech and why some of them are actually being trained to take up skills and opportunities in the technology space. I want to pose a question to you. How old were you when you began talking and getting involved actively in matters of technology? Most of us have to wait until we have passed Form 4, or if you are lucky, you had this opportunity to look at computers and interact with tech skills at an early stage. Well, kids as young as 6 years old today are actually being inducted into technological skills. I'm talking about robotics, mechatronics, and light coding. The question then becomes, why are they being introduced at such a young age? This and much more on this episode of TECHFILE. But first off, I have the tech news of the week. Here we go. 3 teams won in the just concluded Techstars Startup Weekend, a biannual tech startups event normally organized by Techstars franchise. The Nairobi edition was a 3-day event where startups got the opportunity to go through pre-screening, business development and proof of concept and pitching sessions. The event aims at creating more tech startups for solving Kenyan problems. Elon Musk recently purchased 9.2% of Twitter stock, according to a fling on Monday, making him the largest shareholder in the company. News of the purchase sent shares of Twitter soaring 22% in early trading. Musk did not disclose what he paid for the shares, but his stake was worth $2.9 billion as of the close of the trading on Friday, and $3.5 billion as the spike early on Monday. Musk's filing did not disclose the purpose of the purchase or any plans for the company, but he has been a high-profile critic of Twitter policies in the past. Last month, he said he was giving, quote-unquote, serious thought to creating a new social media platform. Twitter has confirmed that it is working on an edit button that would allow users to change tweets after they have been posted. It comes after the board member Tesla boss Elon Musk asked his followers in a Twitter poll whether they wanted the feature. Many users have long called for an edit button, but there are concerns about how to execute it. Twitter said it would start testing the idea in the coming months. The social media firm's communications team tweeted, "Now that everyone is asking, yes, we've been working on an edit feature since last year." Now beginning 15th April, if you would not have verified your Safaricom line details at your nearest Safaricom shop, you run the risk of losing the line altogether. This is the telco's move to firm up on security and credibility of the various lines issued to its clients, even as the telco targets to streamline operations. Global digital payments giant Visa has opened up an innovation studio in Kenya, its first in Africa and 6th globally, after posts in Dubai, London, Miami, Florida, San Francisco and Singapore. The studio will bring together developers, Visa's internal and external clients, and other partners to co-create payments and commerce solutions. Visa has previously used its existing innovation hubs to design products for the African market, including a collaboration with Nigerian fintech Paga to develop new merchant acceptance solutions involving QR codes and NFC technology. Also fostered in Visa's other innovation labs was a recent partnership with Kenya's Safaricom, allowing the telco's 150,000 mobile money M-Pesa merchants to accept card payments.
Kenya is a phenomenal opportunity and a phenomenal use case when you think about the way mobile money has transformed payments and has contributed to driving financial inclusion. When we look at what the technology enables us to do, we were discussing earlier about the contactless technology that allows you to tap and go, that allows smooth, everyday spend opportunities to happen.
Absolutely critical to reach those 1.4 billion consumers and 40 million small and micro merchants. So at Visa, we wake up every day and do everything we can to make sure that we work with our partners across the ecosystem to create safe, scalable solutions, person by person, small merchant by small merchant, community by community, economy by economy.
Expanding the usage and quality of financial services. After all, Visa and yourselves are in the financial space, financial services space. Realize it's no longer just about access. It is about usage of things and the experience there. Think of the ecosystem that we have, that we are involved in. But let's not rest on our laurels. You have done a lot of work, but this is a marathon. We have to continue innovating.
Very well. Now you are aware of what has been happening in your technology world. Let's not get into that conversation about children, kids in technology. I caught up with them in this school in Nairobi, which teaches them about tech skills. Here we go. Technology is fast catching up with everyone, and unlike previously when you had to wait till you finish Form 4 to go for computer classes, kids as young as 6 years old are now being trained to take up opportunities in technology in the future. This school in Nairobi teaches children about tech at an early stage to develop passion for it. Meet Githaiga. At his young age, he has developed the urge to do robotics and develop his own makeshift units powered by solar. Alright, so introduce yourself and tell me what you do.
My name is Githaiga.
Okay.
I build machines and I power them using the sun.
Like this one I have in my hand?
Yes.
Ah, great. Which grade are you in?
Grade 3.
You're in grade 3. So, does this come ready or you have to develop it from scratch?
You just build it yourself.
Yourself, huh?
Yes.
Okay, and you're ready to tell us how it works?
Yeah.
Okay. How long did it take to develop this?
I'm gonna say like half an hour.
No way! Half an hour and you're able to put this together? Okay, so what inspired it? What made you want to do this?
Albert Einstein.
You're already reading about Albert Einstein?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you're ready to show us how this works?
Yes.
How it's powered by the sun?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Here you go. Show me.
Delivers it to the battery so it moves the gear.
Okay. Okay, so now let it move now. Just want to see it move. But why teach children about technology? I spoke to Wambui, the founder and a teacher at the learning facility, on her vision.
What we do here, and this is my baby, something I founded, is called Discovery Pod Kenya. So the idea behind Discovery Pod Kenya, or our take, it's actually a makerspace that intends to teach children about coding, robotics, circuitry, with the idea being that children can move from being consumers of technology to actually creating of technology. So this is our take on it. They taught a little bit of engineering principles, construction principles, circuitry, coding, robotics. Yes. Why children? I think, like most mothers, a lot of things start with trying to find things that are suitable for your children. But children, I think, used to be very fixated on, they were always on TV, iPads, so on and so forth. So when I was looking for extracurricular activities that they could be doing, or after-school curricular activities that they could be doing, I came across the concept of makerspaces. So makerspaces is something that is quite on trend in places like America. So you create a space where children come and tinker and learn, how they actually create things. So I thought, well, why not bring the concept to Kenya? So that's how it started. Yeah. The equipment I purchased quite a long time ago, but started last year. But with COVID, it's stabilized mostly this year. But it's been running from 2021. Yes. It varies from week to week because being Saturday, parents tend to have a lot of things going on for the children. So some weeks we can have 15 children, another week 10 children, so it varies. Yes, but yeah. Say it's both, but the surprising thing is that kids are very intuitive, sometimes, yes, we have the facilitators and the teachers who are guiding them through the process, as some things obviously get too technical for them. But sometimes even just looking at some instructions, and if it's pictorial, they'll be able to pick it up. And the first session that they're trying to do it, they'll be like, I need help. But eventually, it's just very intuitive, and they're flowing into it. The technology that we employ and we use, we make sure mostly it's physical, it's tangible. But when they do need to use iPads, if they're coding something, it's more, because say we have a kit called, an education kit called Osmo, where it's actually interactive play. So it's reflecting what they're doing physically onto the iPad and, guiding them through the process. So they're not really on the internet or anything. They're never on the internet, first of all, yes. So it's more, they're using the iPads and computers to if it's needed in what they're actually doing. What we're doing now is actually targeted to, I would say, the younger age group, maybe up to teenagers, but the idea is lifelong learning, We talk about, and statistics are normally bandied around, that, automation and robotics is going to replace a lot of jobs, And even now, they say, even currently, that robotics and automation is replacing about 1.6 jobs for human jobs. So, with that in mind, we want children to move from, thinking that, oh, there's this job that's, waiting for me. It's like, what can I actually do to create those jobs, to innovate, to, we're moving from being just thinking of, linearly, the way we used to grow up thinking, I'm doing this to go to this school and to move, and I'm moving on linearly to actually it's a wholesome kind of learning. That's, We are currently just running a Saturday program. So it's Saturday morning, and we are based in Lavington. We are based in Maji Mazuri Road, Trinity Kindergarten. They provided the facility for us to be doing this program on Saturdays. The charge runs from about 1,200 an hour. We have a full morning session charge. We have also monthly charges. We have sibling discounts. So it really is, yeah, it varies, and we talk to parents based on their needs and how many children they have, and we give them a tailored program. Definitely, you always start small and start with what you have, yes. So, but the idea is definitely open more centers, and something that I've noticed that, that could grow in Kenya, and I hope that it's actually picked up on even in the public sector, in the education departments, because this is the way the world is going, This is the way the world is going. I noticed actually Mombasa County have a robotics and center where they teach basic robotics and coding to very young children. So that was quite exemplary, and I hope it's something that other counties pick on. It can replicate it all over the country. Probably even the educational department can pick it up. So if there's that linkage and synergy between the private sector, the public sector, what children are doing in school, what the government is providing for them, what private sector is providing for them, I think it's going to be something that can grow. And fulfillment of just seeing one child light up, with the knowledge and the possibility of what can be, yes, and apply. Yes, in fact, sometimes they're like, can I go with it and show mommy or daddy? And sometimes we let them, Yes. If the parents are not coming to pick them, we let them just take it, and they can bring it back the following week.
Samuel, also a teacher here, tells us some of the lessons the children go through in their learning process.
We have divided our learning into 3 categories. Okay. We have the building part, where we build using blocks and different bits and small pieces, and we build structures, things like bridges, things like models of cars, things like houses, and our aim is to help these young ones have the architectural basics in doing stuff, so they look at how things work, and then they're able to actually make prototypes of the same. Then again, we have the next category for robotics. Here, basically, we have different types of robots, which the learners can actually assemble. In the process, they learn basics of circuitry, they build circuits, and they are able to make models of car alarms, maybe a house bulb alarm. They're able also to build things like a car that uses solar power. Things to do with robotics are entertaining the children, because they can be able to build something which they can manipulate. They can power it and see it produce some lights, produce some sound, and also movement. So yeah, so we have things like Autobots, and we have also the droids that they use. The third category is where we have now the coding part, where actually they can build apps. So this is for not very young people, maybe like 11 years and above. They can create their own simple apps. Say, for example, like a step counter, which can help them, actually see the number of steps somebody is taking. Then we build around that using the engineering design system, whereby we ask them, what is this that they built? How is it going to help people in life? So they have to go through simple steps. We explain to them, and they also have their time to think and see how their simple project can actually interact with people's lives and help people in real life situation.
Amazing. Do you find it hard teaching children?
Actually, it's a lot of fun, because yeah, it's a lot of fun, because kids are, they are this open-minded, yeah. They are ready to do something that is, challenging. As adults, if something is challenging, we block our minds. But kids, they want to take it head on. So it's a lot of fun. Oh, basically, sometimes we run out of time, because the kids want to do stuff. They want to do something in coding. They also want to do something in robotics. They also want to do something in building. So they end up, having these activities, and they want to achieve all of them. And basically, we may not have given them enough time they may not have the whole day. Yeah, so sometimes we run out of time. But we're looking around that by engaging them in boot camps, whereby they may have sufficient time to build. But anyway, the kids will never have enough time. There will always be something new to build. Yeah. You are making a bridge like this. This is the bridge you are making, yeah? Can you read the name? Cantilever. Cantilever. Yeah, so it is found in a pot, yeah? It's a bridge. So you have to actually look for the parts that you need. So for the bases, you will need the base first, okay? Yeah, so can you look for these yellow blocks? Yeah, get yourself a yellow block. Good. Now try to put them together.
For what it's worth, tech for children is encouraged, but after all that, some playtime also helps. Interesting, right? I mean, wouldn't you want your child to know a bit about technology and what is going on in the world? But after that, I have prepared for you some of the most interesting tech videos I met on the internet, and this is what you need to know about the tech world.
Watch what life looks like when you live in a smart home.
Very well, now you're up to date with the tech news. You know how to induct your child in technological skills, and you have also watched a bit of interesting tech news of the week. Please remember to get your line verified by Safaricom, because if you do not, you risk losing your line beginning 15th of April this month. That's why we leave it on TechFile. Many thanks for your company. We do this again next week on Wednesday, 8:30 p.m. East African time. I'm Brian Giorgetino. Stay techie, and let's meet on the next one. Bye-bye for now.